Not all baby brands are created equal. Some are built on quality, safety, and long-term value. Others, they are built on branding, markups, and emotional marketing. The problem is, on the surface, they can look almost identical. Two products, same function, similar design. One costs $30, the other costs $300. So what is the difference? A $100 car seat and a $500 car seat both claim to keep your child safe. But what exactly are you paying for? Engineers who have torn down these seats estimate the basic model's materials and build, plastic shell, standard foam, polyester cover, cost around $45 to make. The premium version, with a steel-reinforced frame and wool fabrics, pushes the bill of materials to about $150. Yet on store shelves, the price jumps from $100 to $500. That is not just covering better parts, it is pure markup, often 2 to 3 times the cost, driven by branding and perceived luxury. Federal law requires every car seat sold in the U.S. to pass the same crash tests, whether it is the basic Evenflow Light Max or a boutique Klek Liing. Safety is not a luxury feature. Premium brands may add conveniences like no rethread harnesses or fancier fabrics, but crash protection is standardized. In fact, third-party crash tests show mid-priced models like the Graco Extend 2 Fit, which sells for about $250, perform just as well as seats costing twice as much. The numbers do not lie. Higher price does not mean higher safety. Now look at the so-called Smart Bassinet. This new retails for $1,695, promising better sleep with built-in motion and sound. But here is the catch. Babies outgrow it in 4 to 6 months. Most parents who rent pay about $159 per month, adding up to nearly $1,000 for half a year of use. Meanwhile, a basic bedside sleeper costs under $200 and gets high marks from pediatricians for newborn sleep. One pediatrician points out that the snooze short lifespan makes it a poor investment for most families, especially when the core safety, flat firm sleep, can be found in far cheaper options. The pattern is clear. Premium branding inflates prices far beyond the real improvements in materials or safety. What parents are really buying is the feeling of security and status, not a measurable leap in protection or value. Spending more does not buy peace of mind. It just buys a pricier label. A box of diapers is a recurring bill that hits parents every single week, yet the price gap between brands can be staggering. Premium subscriptions can run as high as 57 cents per diaper, more than double the 28 cents you would pay for brands like Millie Moon at Target. Over a year, that difference adds up to hundreds of dollars, all for a product destined for the trash. Lab tests show similar absorbency and leak protection across both price points, so the extra money mostly pays for branding, a designer box, and the illusion of luxury on the changing table. The baby carrier market delivers its own sticker shock. One designer brand charges $400 for a patterned, influencer-approved carrier, while a top-rated structured carrier like the Infantino Flip costs under $40. In a side-by-side test, both carriers get a baby strapped in and out in under 30 seconds. Materials feel different. Cotton versus linen, maybe a gold-plated buckle if you are lucky. But the function remains identical, safe, hands-free carrying. No lab has found a $360 performance gap. The premium price buys social status and a logo, not a better nap or a safer ride for your child. Strollers, too, are a masterclass in upcharging for aesthetics. The so-called show pony stroller weighs several pounds more than its budget cousin, thanks to leatherette handles and oversized wheels. In a sidewalk curb fold challenge, the heavier model takes precious seconds longer to collapse and lift into a trunk. Parents juggling a squirming toddler and groceries know those seconds matter. The added weight and bulk do not translate to smoother rides or safer strolls. They just make the stroller harder to use and even harder to store. The price tag, meanwhile, can jump from $200 to over $1,000, justified by little more than a shiny frame and a high-gloss marketing campaign. Across these daily essentials, the pattern repeats. Higher price tags driven by design tweaks and emotional marketing, not by meaningful improvements in performance or convenience. The real cost is not just the dollars spent, it is the illusion that spending more guarantees a better outcome for your child. In reality, smart, informed choices stretch further than any designer label. A convertible car seat doesn't just promise safety for one stage, it grows with your child from infancy through grade school. Unlike infant-only seats that max out after a year, top-rated convertibles like the Graco Forever DLX or Britax 1-4 Life transform from rear-facing newborn mode to a forward-facing seat, then into a booster for kids up to 120 pounds. That's a single purchase covering up to a decade of rides, compared to cycling through 3 or 4 separate seats. The real math? Parents who buy a $300 convertible seat often resell it for $100 to $150 after several years of use. Marketplace listings back this up. Well-cared-for models with unexpired safety dates routinely fetch half their original price. Safety isn't an afterthought either. Convertible seats must meet the same federal crash standards as infant carriers, and leading models feature steel-reinforced frames and anti-rebound bars for added protection. Pediatricians point out that these design upgrades, like energy-absorbing crumple zones and no-rethread harnesses, aren't just marketing fluff. They make installation easier and keep kids safer as they grow. One certified car seat technician explains that a properly installed convertible seat can cut the risk of injury by more than half, regardless of price tag. The key is longevity. The longer a seat is used, the more value it delivers per dollar spent. Strollers follow a similar logic. Instead of buying a basic stroller now and a double or travel system later, modular designs like the UPPA Baby Vista or Baby Jogger City Select let parents add seats, bassinets, or standing boards as their family grows. While the upfront price can top $800, these strollers retain up to 60% of their value on resale platforms, sometimes more if the accessories are bundled. A resale analyst notes that demand for modular strollers stays high because they adapt to changing needs, and quality construction means they last through multiple kids. The difference is clear. A stroller that works from birth to preschool, then sells for hundreds used, isn't a splurge, it's a smart investment. This is one place where paying more upfront can actually save money and hassle in the long run. A crib anchors the nursery, but not every model earns its price. Some brands push designer finishes and hefty tags, yet skip the certifications that matter most for a child's health. GreenGuard Gold is not just a label, it is a rigorous standard that limits more than 360 chemicals and volatile organic compounds in crib materials. The Naturepedic Organic Breathable 2-Stage Mattress carries this certification, keeping emissions at less than a tenth of the legal limit. Built from organic cotton and food-grade polyethylene, it avoids polyurethane foams and flame retardants entirely. At around $300, it outlasts trend-driven options and holds up through years of use, even for multiple children. Meanwhile, certain luxury mattresses skip GreenGuard altogether, relying on buzzwords and price to suggest safety they have not earned. Home security extends beyond locks and alarms. Baby monitors, often priced above $300, can be a parent's link to peace of mind or a backdoor for hackers. Many Wi-Fi models store video in the cloud using outdated encryption, leaving feeds vulnerable. The UFI SpaceView Pro and Infant Optics DXR8 Pro take a different approach, using AES 256 encryption, the same standard trusted by banks. These monitors keep video feeds local, never in the cloud, shutting out would-be intruders. Battery life is not just a spec, it is the difference between a full night's sleep and a dead screen at 2 a.m. Lab tests confirm the UFE lasts over 30 hours on a single charge, while the DXR8 Pro clocks more than 20 hours, easily covering overnight checks. Both cost under $200, deliver multi-year reliability, and skip subscription fees, proving that real security does not require a luxury price. Feeding gear is another battleground for marketing claims. Some bottles and plates tout clever shapes or celebrity endorsements, but real value comes from what is safe and what lasts. Medical-grade silicone stands out. Unlike plastic, it does not leach chemicals or degrade after repeated sterilization. Komodomo bottles survive hundreds of sterilizations without warping or cracking, and silicone plates from Easy Peasy resist stains and odors for years. Pediatricians point to this durability as a win: less time scrubbing, fewer replacements, and less worry about what is touching your child's food. The upfront cost may be higher, but the payoff is measured in years, not months. Right now, price tags still outshine proof. Some brands bank on your fears. Others deliver real value. The difference is not hidden in glossy ads or designer logos. It is in what actually serves your family. Being a smart parent is not about spending more. It is about demanding better. Share your thoughts below.